Today, I'm talking about living in America while being black. And I know some of y'all might be saying, Unknown, welcome to the chat, man. Appreciate you. What's up, Unknown? Thank you for coming through. I'm talking about being black while in America. And those who understand that experience, first of all, you would have to be black or know somebody black, or even be paying attention to all that's going on. Unknown said, thank you. Oh, you're very welcome, man. Hang around because we're going to get people in here. We're going to talk about it, man. Nobody's bashing nobody, but we're going to talk about some stuff that needs to be talked about. Unknown said it's bad, though. Yes, it is bad. But guess what? We soldiers, man. We stand strong and we don't fold. And that's what I want to do, is encourage people, especially my brothers and sisters, to continue to stand strong. But I also want to say, man, we got to practice more unity amongst one another. We can't be like hating each other because that was taught from the slave master. See, we got to speak these things. Somebody said, yeah. Unknown said, yeah, we got to speak these things. We've been taught to hate each other because their goal is to divide and conquer. They want us divided amongst one another, man. And we should not be allowing that to happen, man. We smarter than that, we stronger than that, and we better than that, man. We resilient, we done came through a lot. I got a couple videos that I'm gonna show a little bit later. One of the videos is the lady, she parked in a handicapped spot. She had the handicap sticker too. She had dropped her grandmother off before she parked, but the cop came. They end up snatching her out, throwing her on the floor. And I'm just saying, that's part of how they handle us when we encounter law enforcement, man. That's why when we look at the Rodney Hinton case, and yeah, I got to go back to the Rodney Hinton, when his son got killed by the cop, and then he turned around and killed the deputy, because he understands they handle us different. They still haven't released that officer's name. They still have not released that officer's name. Listen, y'all, when y'all enter the building, hit up the chat, man. I know this is a hard topic, but this is what we're talking about today. Hit up the chat, let me know you in the house, man. We can't be living in fear, man. We got to overcome fear so we're really able to help each other. Stop walking on eggshells. We really want to help our community. We got to speak the truth, man. We got to have the courage to help one another. We got to speak the truth to our brothers and our sisters, and we got to be willing to help one another. As you come in, also make sure you take that poll, man. Make sure you take the poll. It's important, man. Make sure you take the poll. And the poll, the question is, do you think African Americans are deal with racism and discrimination in America? And just be honest. Take the poll. Let me know your thoughts on that. Do you think African Americans experience racism and discrimination in this country? Let me know your thoughts. Take that poll. Let me know your thoughts. Take that poll. Let me see. Like I said, a little bit later, I'm going to show that video. So I'm saying, seeing you are safe. What you saying, Unknown? Says seeing you are safe. Yeah, I'm safe, my brother. I appreciate you checking on me. I'm safe. I hope you safe as well. But the goal is, man, we gotta let people know, man. There's been so many situations, man. Let me just talk about it. There's been situations where African Americans been killed while driving, while walking, while running. You know, Ahmaud, he was running and he was killed. That wasn't necessarily by cops, but it was by some vigilante type people, and saw him as a threat, and all he was doing was getting his exercise on. When we cooperate, it's the same thing. This video, I'm trying to wait for more people to get in before I show it, so I won't have to show it twice. But also, while we waiting, Unknown, did you see that that slave plantation burnt down? It was the largest plantation called Nottoway Plantation in Louisiana. It just burned down the other day. A total loss. It was the largest. They claim it was the largest plantation in the United States. That's why Rodney Hinton did what he did. And a lot of us can relate to that. Though we don't encourage violence or none of that, but we can relate to that because we're like, man, this has to stop. When is it going to stop? They killing us, at a high rate. And we only make up 13% of the population here in the United States. We only make up 13% of the population. And clipping from that, I'm gonna show it a little bit later. I'm giving people, more time to get in the room, but I will show that clipping a little bit later of the fire that the biggest plantation, Nottoway, it was in Louisiana, White Castle, Louisiana. It burned to the ground, and some people are just so happy. I just say maybe it was time for that, because it don't change me either way, but because I know we still got to deal with hatred and racism and all that. But hey, man, I'm not mad about it. I won't shed no tear about that. But that's the thing, man. We got a lot going on, and I just want us to, do better, man. Unknown, have you heard of the term Willie Lynch syndrome? Have you heard of the term his name was William Lynch, but they just say Willie Lynch syndrome. They say we have the Willie Lynch syndrome. Have you heard of that, sir? Called the Willie Lynch syndrome. What that is the Willie Lynch syndrome is when they say that because we have been brainwashed. So there was a slave master by the name of William Lynch, and there's a book, right? He supposed to have wrote letters to all these other slaves. This was in the 1700s. He wrote a letter to all the slaves because slaves were escaping. Some of them was getting hurt. They was dying. And they was looking at the cost of it. They was like, listen, we got to do something, man, because this is costing us money. He said, I got a plan, a foolproof plan so you can get your slaves in order. And what he did is he wrote the letter to all the slave plantations. In the letter, he said, first of all, you got to cause as many divisions amongst your slaves as possible. Number one, get them to distrust one another, but only get them to trust us. Unknown, I'm gonna give you a quick peek, man, because people scared of this book. I'm gonna give you a peek of the actual book. That's a peep of the actual book. That's a peep, right? We do need money, but we need our mind right, because it's easy to get the money. People get the money and then they blow it. But let's continue this thought process, what they doing, dividing us and conquering us. He wrote in the letter, he said, get them not to trust one another, but only trust us. What do we do now? Black people can say something, but as soon as a white person said, we say, oh, okay, that's the truth. But we can hear it 1,000 times from each other, and we don't go with that. We don't trust one another. Adam the Ghost, Mark is coming at you, love, direct, for real. Please hit the like and also subscribe, most definitely. I appreciate that. Young kickboxing talent said, hi, my name is Mano, and I'm from the Netherlands. And I have to go to the hospital tomorrow to get the car, excuse me, to get the car off the car. So I'll be in touch with you if you want to come to the office for a bit of time. Okay, I don't really understand that, but thank you, Young Kicking, for checking in. We appreciate you. Nothing but love. Hope you be safe and get all you need to get handled. But what I'm saying is, they taught the slave masters to cause as many divisions. These are some of the divisions that he wrote about in the letters. He said, have the light skin against the dark skin, the young against the old, the fathers against the sons, the mothers against the daughters, skinny versus fat. So many different differences, just continue to make differences amongst them. That's even like how we do, or I'm from this block, or I'm from this hood. We so divided in our mind, we got to get out of that Willie Lynch syndrome type thinking. We got to do better as a people, man. Then we can get some money, because we getting money now, but everybody's divided. All the money the rappers and entertainers are getting, if everybody were pulled together, we would really be a lot better off. We would have distribution centers and do a lot more things. But we got to get this mindset out of our minds. Unknown said, thank you. The Ghost, welcome in, man. I appreciate y'all, those who's coming through. Don't be offended by my words. I'm speaking in love, but I make no apologies by the words that I'm speaking. I want to encourage my people to do better. I want to encourage my people to do better. Listen, man, what I want to do now, I want to take the time and show you. First, I'm going to show you the girl, the lady, the African-American lady who got pulled over. She was parked in a handicap, but she had the sticker and she had all that. She had dropped her grandmom off, but they still pulled her off, put cuffs on her, and locked her up. This was on Mother's Day. I want y'all to check this out and let me know what you think. Check this video out and let me know what you think.
He spending my Mother's Day sitting in a cell because of handicap sticker.
A Mid-South woman says she was wrongly arrested on Mother's Day for parking at a Mississippi business. Hello, I'm Greg Hurst.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Skurlock. Police say it didn't have to end that way. WRG's Brian Ditlake talked to the woman and has the response from police on what happened.
ID right there.
A video picking up moments after an arrest escalates. The handcuffed woman seen on the ground, Bashari Faulkner. Faulkner accused by Senatobia police of illegally parking in a Walmart handicap parking spot. WRG followed up with Faulkner, who says before cameras came on, she had just dropped off her grandmother and parked in the handicapped spot while displaying a handicap placard. Then police tapped on her window.
I opened my door and I said, yes, ma'am. She said, you parked in a handicap. I said, I'm sorry, officer. I said, I can move, but I got the handicap sticker.
Senatobia police in a statement saying the officer observed the vehicle from the time it pulled into the parking lot and parked and did not observe anyone exit the vehicle. But about 6 minutes in the Facebook Live, you see the grandmother mentioned.
So you still have the handicap sticker? Can you show us real quick?
I didn't move.
Faulkner going a step further to show the handicap sticker.
And we see the expiration date is for September 30th, 2028.
Senatobia police say it's Mississippi law to show identification on demand when operating a motor vehicle. The officer seen on video claimed Faulkner refused and cursed at the officer. And when the officer grabbed her arm, she claims Faulkner resisted.
ID right there.
But Faulkner claims that's not the whole story.
While I got my license in my hand, I'm trying to tell her I want a sergeant. You know, it's getting loud, she getting vocal. It's getting hotter and hotter with the situation.
Faulkner says what's not in the statement, the female officer threatening to tase her in front of her children and then threatening to call Child Protective Services.
I shouldn't have to be spending my Mother's Day sitting in a cell because of handicap sticker. I shouldn't have to be using my kids' daycare money to be getting my car out of a tow shop.
Senatobia police say they get weekly handicap parking complaints saying while it may seem like a minor violation, it's not for those who need those parking spots.
ID right there.
But Faulkner claims her grandmother is one of those who needs the parking spot, saying that she will be fighting these charges. In Senatobia, Brian Ditlake, WREG, News Channel 3.
Thank you all for watching the video, man. Did you see that? Not only did she have the sticker, but her grandmother eventually came out from the store. She was telling the truth the whole time. Parking in a handicap should not be a reason where you end up on the ground. Now, she could have got tased. It could have went left. Thankfully, it did not go left and she did not lose her life. But that's the situation. And Adam, you spoke about how blacks are treated different sometimes. She even told the lady, I moved. She knew she was in the right, but she told the lady, I moved if you want me to. But I dropped my grandmother off and now I'm parked. She said, I didn't see you drop your grandmother, because they always think we lying and they always paint us as aggressive and this and that. Let me type this down. Adam, I agree with you said, and I agree. Everybody is not racist, but it only take a few, and then it takes some other people next to them not saying anything. That makes it a problem as well. If you got other whites, and then that's just on the local level. If you take it on a higher scale and make it political, and you put it in the hands of somebody like Donald Trump, and he got authority, that one perfect person can make a difference, because now he can make laws and policy to hinder African Americans or even other minorities. So that's when it be a problem. Nobody's saying it's everybody, but sometimes it can be a lot of people, and then it takes other people to look and quietly and don't say anything. Dr. J says, hi, Mark, Maz, and chat. Thank you, Dr. J. We appreciate you. Good morning. Thank you for joining. Adam said, but I believe that this alone on purpose to create a victim mentality and to also cause tension. People of different races and backgrounds or religions are always going to be different by nature. We don't mind being different, but it's just a difference. And then a lot of people can agree and attest to that. Some of them by their own personal experiences. So though I respect what you're saying, Adam, it just happened on a larger scale. And remember, we're 13% of the population, but that 13% is targeted by law enforcement more than the other 70 or 60%, whatever it is. Adam said, I believe these natural things are amplified by politics for control reasons. No, I think it needs to be pointed out. It should not be hid. If it happened one time, it's one time too many, Adam. And I don't know if somebody do it to politicize it, but remember, this stuff, some of this stuff been going on. The Black community been crying out saying, listen, stuff going on. And when it wasn't videotaped, everybody said, man, y'all doing something, y'all acting a fool. It gotta be y'all, because the good law enforcement is not gonna do that. Because when just think back to school. I don't know if you had it or not, Adam. They had officer friendly. And officer friendly can be trusted probably more than your parents. He was the good cop and did no wrong. So in our community, some people didn't see officer friendly. They saw officer beat you up and smack you around and then lock you up or take your money. That's what they saw. So this stuff does need to be highlighted. It's not just a scare tactic. Let me see. Adam said, yes, Mark, I understand that 100%, brother. I agree with you. Unknown said, I know I can't stand this. What you mean, Unknown? What you saying? What can't you not stand? Because whether you close your eyes or not, it's a reality. And a lot of times we want to be nice and hide from reality. All I'm asking us to do, man, we got to do better. We got to treat each other better. Let me give you this example, right? So if you don't know, I've been in prison. And I noticed, like, when people come with book and receiving or wherever they at, before they come out on the compound, the Latinos, the Puerto Ricans and all them, they don't even got to know them. If they hit the compound, they're going to snatch them up and make sure they don't get taken advantage of. With us, who going to snatch you up is your peoples. Those who know you, affiliated with you, they going to snatch you up. Or if you like affiliated with a religious organization, them people snatch you up. By nature, some of us do now because we're growing. We don't just pull up somebody we don't know. And I think we got to do a better job of pulling up each other, where he from our hood, we practice the same religion or not. We need to love each other. Happy Saturday, everyone. Thank you, Dr. J. For those that don't know, Dr. J is a content creator. Stop by her channel, check out her content. She also go live a couple times a day. Make sure you check her out. She's an educator, and she got a lot of knowledge. Make sure you check her out. But what I'm saying is, with all these divisive things that they have put in place so that we can hate one another, even Adam said it. Adam said it's divide and conquer. Man, we got to overcome these divisive things. A lot of that stuff been in place, and now it's just on autopilot. And this will go back to slavery. They put it in the minds. First, they wanted us to continue to be slaves for thousands of years. That was the goal, but God, the Most High, had another plan. but they wanted us to be so divided amongst one another. And that's the same thing. I'm first talking about within the African American community. We need to do better with unity, but also globally. Those who willing to work with us, yeah, we want to work with you. But we're not running out trying to say, hey, let's work together if you mistreating our people. We're not with that. I want to say, make sure you hydrate. Make sure you hydrate, because this is another hot one. So we got a little rain today, but still hydrate. I got that good H2O. I don't know what you drinking, but make sure you be hydrated. Adam, let me read what you just said. Adam said, I have videos saved from the early 90s. I think the exact year was 91 to be specific. They were interviewing, hold on. They said they were interviewing Black folks and asking them, do you feel discrimination against? And they all said no. Let me tell, I'm gonna just clarify that. A lot of times we say no because we don't want no trouble, man. We don't want to call, we don't rub nobody the wrong. We don't want y'all saying that we crying. So I don't know if that was a situation. Ask that question now, man. So in 1990, are you discriminated against? I don't know if they felt like that or not, but I can tell you in 1990, it was discrimination in the United States. I can tell you that for a fact. Adam also said, they also asked all white people, do you have any negative feelings towards Black people, etc.? And they all said no. So I think between then and now, some ring has happened politically. No, man. Listen, man, it was going on back then. Listen, saying and doing are two different things. Let's not mix up the two. Saying and doing are two different things. Everybody gonna say, well, I love all people, but their actions may look different. I can ask you, do you love, not just you, but somebody on here, do you love immigrants? I love immigrants. Look how they treat immigrants. So you can say love and Christian stuff on this hand, but your action speaks louder than words. So that might have been a good interview, and them people they ain't want to cause no trouble, man. Most people want to live in peace. Most people, for the most part, want to live in peace. Unknown said white people children is more like to live. White people children is more like to live in a tree. Explain that, Unknown. I just want to make sure you're clear. Explain it to the audience so we understand what you're saying. We have to be racist. Explain that. Nobody said, see, don't misinterpret what I'm saying, Unknown. I'm just saying, but I want you to explain what you're saying, because I'm gonna clearly explain what I'm talking about. I can even ask the simple question, have you seen racism in your life? And then a lot of people who see it, ignore it. It ain't that bad. There's very few people check. I remember John McCain. I got a lot of respect for the politician, John McCain. He was running the campaign, and one of the sessions he was speaking, and one of the ladies said, forget Obama, he's this and that. He said, no. He took the mic from that lady and stood against that racist comment against Barack Obama. Did any of y'all see that? But in a lot of cases, racism, the subtle racism, don't get checked. People look back and sit back and be like, it's all good. It ain't me. It ain't that bad. It shouldn't exist at all. And that's the thing I want to talk about. And I know people don't want to talk about this topic. This is a hot topic, but it has to be talked about. I want to encourage my brothers and sisters, man. Try to get rid of that divisive said. I know it was going on, Mark, bro. I'm not denying that, but I think it's blown up more by mainstream media and other intelligence agencies, etc., than what it actually is for specific reasons and goals. Okay, listen. We got a president of the United States who sympathizes with racism, white supremacist group. To any black person, that's a slap in the face, because these white groups, including the Klan, have really killed and hung black people for real. This ain't no thought. and they still practicing under the same umbrella. But you got a president of the United States who support these organizations. That alone rubs some black people the wrong way. So to say it ain't that bad, don't downplay this stuff. Same thing during Hitler's time. That's why I was able to explode, because people didn't check it early on. That's how they was able to put people in concentration camps, man. Because when they see it, nobody really condemned it. It was okay. It ain't me. And then it exploded, man. So if we see it to the least, if we see it to, don't nobody have to be racist, but there are racist people in the world. You know, even with Donald Trump, he openly support white supremacist group. And if you don't know what white supremacy do, one thing they don't like is blacks. Any of those organizations that he support, the ones who came and bum rushed the Capitol, the 1,600 people that President Trump let out, some of them people got blood on their hands for killing black people. It was a black group of twins in Georgia that was just killed. They was trying to get on the bus. Anybody in the chat that know about the story, make sure you put their name out there. Not the name, but the situation in Georgia. They found them in the mountains, dead. And now they got a white guy, another supremacist, who killed them. Dr. J said double tap the screen to show support for the channel. Thank you, man. Make sure y'all like this channel. Make sure you take the poll. Take the poll. Make sure you take the poll. Let me see. Make sure you take the poll. Share your thoughts on the poll. Yes, you agree with it. No, you're unsure. Or if you need more information, make sure you take the poll. But we got a long way to go, man. And if you really want to progress, like Donald Trump is taking us back. It took civil rights to get black people to vote, to fight for equality. But you got a president right now want to say, oh, I want to get rid of black history. That's a problem. That's a main problem. But see, the good people like y'all who say y'all good, don't condemn it. Y'all like, oh, that ain't us. That's all he can take funding from the Smithsonian, the Black History Museum in the Smithsonian. Mark asked that you participate in the poll. Thanks. Yes, participate in the poll. Let me hear y'all thoughts, man. Let me hear y'all thoughts. If you're not racist or you don't discriminate people, your goal shouldn't just be like, I don't do it, I treat people right. Your goal should be when you see your brother do it or your sister do it, you should check that. You should condemn it if you're really against that. And for my black brothers and sisters, man, y'all out there, man, we got to do better, man. We got to stop being so divided, man. We got more in common than we do differences. And I encourage us to work together, you know, to Tayyib Moran Excellence said, sup, Tayyib. That's how you say it? My Moroccan extension. Adam Go said, I am white and I am also Muslim. Most of my friends are black and are Christians. I don't know, man. On an average everyday person level, I think for the most part, 99% of the people get along. I think that's too high. I gotta just be real with you. I don't see no 99% of the people. It's more than 1% of the people that practice that to some degree, even if it's subtle. So, and I understand you surrounded by that circle, so you might not see it as much, but it's more than just 1%. Sad to burst your bubble. We just saw how the lady was treated, and she was parked in a handicap, and then she ended up on the ground. Moroccan said, I'm Muslim and Moroccan and brown. Much love. Morocco in the building. Appreciate you. I'm just talking about here in the United States, some issues that has to be spoken about. The elephant in the room. We got to really talk about this, and we got to be serious about it. Don't talk that love, but you sit back silently. If you see even on the political level, you see that they're trying to make laws to discriminate against one group or another. That's why I'm against trying to take away anybody's due process rights. Anybody's rights, I'm against that. It ain't even gotta be me. We gotta stop sitting back silently when we see people mistreated. Policies are not everyday people. No, but I'm saying it's more than 1% of everyday people, man. I don't know how you came up with that calculation. If it was 1%, man, woo, I would love it. I would appreciate that. But I know that ain't the truth. It ain't the truth, man. It's not the truth. Why do we have hate groups? Just hate groups alone is more than 1%. The hate groups alone should be 1%. And we talk about MS-13, but you got hate groups against black people and other minorities, and we sit back quietly. We're not trying to say, arrest these people. It should be outrage for them to even practice. So it's more than 1% though. But Adam, we got to agree to disagree, man. I think I say it's way more than 1%. It's some good people, man, in the world. I ain't gonna deny that. I met a whole bunch of good people. But to say it's only 1% people who discriminate, we haven't made it that far yet. Man, if there was over 25 million actual racist people in America, there would be a lot more hate crimes. There's a lot of hate crimes don't even get reported, man. I just told you about the one in Georgia. They found the twins dead. This happened in 2024. Between 24 and 25, this just happened. One is too many. Stop saying how many, right? One, we should condemn one. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to think. Stop saying it should be much more. Oh, somebody said stop the music. Okay, I'm gonna handle that music, man. Let me cut that music down for my man. He said stop the music. Hey, is that good, man? Or you want it all the way off? Let me know. Is that good, or do you want it all the way off? Morocco said, yeah. Morocco said, okay, thank you, my man. Okay, appreciate that. He said the music was getting on his nerves. Thank you, man. I appreciate you for telling me, because it would have been no way for me to know that it was getting on your nerves. I appreciate that. But what I want to say, man, I want to get us to think better. I do want to show you, no, my ears. Okay. You good though? Adam the Ghost said, let me ask you this way. Do you know black people who dislike white people simply because they're white? Listen, man. Do you know Jews that dislike Germans because of horrific stuff that they've done to them? And then even in now case of stuff that they do that even look like it, what makes it bad. So yeah, I know a lot of people that don't like the treatment of white people, man, whether it's on employment. I know a lot of them that don't like them. And sometimes we relate that to racism. The good ones, man, people shout them out and show love. Yo, he good people. But those who treat us any kind of way, then yeah, there's a lot of people. Somebody said, no, it's okay, my man. Okay, appreciate you. All I'm saying, Adam, and I appreciate you bringing it. No, neither one of us is right or wrong. I'm just telling you, because you said you think it's less than 1%. That's good. Y'all came a long way in America. You said it's 99% of the people is good, and there's only 1% of the people that's like practice racism and hate. And my thing is, I disagree with that. But my man Adam, we're gonna agree to disagree, but I disagree with that only 1%. Man, I wish it would. I would do a dance on live if I felt like it was only 1%. I can't even dance, but I get up here and do a dance for you if that was the case. Because then I know my people would be good. But I know in a lot of senses we not good, man. That's why we got to teach our kids. When you're confronted by the police, do this. When this happens, do this. We got to do these extra teachings that other people might not have to do. The video I just showed was the lady had parked in a handicapped spot. She had the handicap sticker. She had dropped her grandmom off in the store. Everything was legit. But yet she still ended up on the ground, handcuffed, and had to spend the night in jail on Mother's Day. It's just the different treatment that we get. Moran said it should be a 0%, bro. I agree it should be 0%, but we're not there yet. We're trying to get there, but the thing is, with all the progress we've made over the years, it seems like President Trump is trying to take us back to certain stuff. And that's the issue I have with Trump. So people in the world, most definitely, it should be no hate, it should be love, especially with all these religious people we got. We got 1.5 billion practicing Catholics. Then you got Christians, you got other religious organizations. If people followed the book that they say that they practice, man, it'd be lovable. Everybody would be loved. But we got a president, right, that's in the office that attacks people. They bum rushing hoods, man, snatching people up in the name of you're illegal. And people want to sit back and look at that and say that's okay. When I see stuff like that, that reminds me of some of the treatment that they do against African Americans. That's why I'm saying any injustices, man, we should speak out against it. We should condemn it. We shouldn't be justifying it. Adam said that's absolutely impossible to be 0%. Yeah, I'm with you, Adam. Adam said it's impossible to be 0% racism. And that's because ignorance exists in both white and black families. Facts. Chris said, we are at war. Stop the get that DNA. I didn't quite understand. You got to help me out, Chris. I think I got you. Adam, to say 0% is unrealistic. Moroccan said, American nerds a king. Okay. Adam said, yeah. But yeah, it's a lot of work. But I also, for me, it always go back to me and my people, man. Understand that they want to divide and conquer us, man. First of all, we got to be able to live amongst each other, love each other, and we got to stop the killing. Because of the mindset, I just read from a book that the plan was to keep us divided. And because we accepting that mindset instead of our true nature, which is loving people, now we hate each other. You blue, I'm red, and all this different stuff. And we out here acting a fool, man. So I want to encourage us to do better, man. So we got to bear some responsibility. Yes, there are real challenges against us, but we do a lot of self-inflicting stuff on our own, man. And that's because of the hate that's been passed on to us. You dark, that person's light, now you hate him, and that shouldn't be. So we got to address. Moroccan say, sorry, I mean needs a king. America don't need no king. But I respect what you're saying. I understand, because what if you get a bad king? What if you get a king that want to just rule for the sake of himself? That would not be a good. Oh, call me Tay. Okay. My fault, Tay. Tay, what's happening? Chris said, take the souls out of their goodwill shoes. Offer them up to the high priestess. Okay. You're probably talking a little deeper than we'll be ready for, but I want you to explain that, Chris. Tay said, thank you. Thank you, Tay. Adam said, I agree. Everyone needs to do better. White or black, really, we are all being controlled by the same master. Trust me, bro. It ain't about skin color, even though I know it seems like it is. Listen, man, a lot of stuff is about skin color to people who there. And that's who we're dealing with. We're dealing with people. So as long as it may not be about it to you, me, and a whole bunch of other people who woke up, who rose above the lower self. Okay. But it's about color to people you got to deal with in reality. But I understand it ain't about color, but it's a lot of people that it will be about color. That's why on your job application, they want to know your race. But why? On every job application, they ain't even took that out yet. They want to know your race. Tay said, do you have a son? No, I wish I did. Tay, I answered your question. I don't, but that's what I wanted. Got a daughter. But thank y'all, man. I appreciate y'all being open. I do want to show y'all the fire of the plantation. This plantation was built in 1859. This plantation was built in 1859. I'm gonna just show you, it had caught fire. So let me just show y'all, man. I don't know what it means. It could mean something, maybe.
The Nottoway plantation in White Castle has been declared a total loss after a massive fire yesterday afternoon. Officials are now working to clear the remains of the historic site. Jordan Ponzio joins us live in Naperville Parish as that cleanup continues.
Brittany, it's now been over 24 hours since that fire started, and the fire marshal's office is here currently investigating the cause of that fire that completely destroyed the Nottoway plantation mansion. That fire started a little after 2 p.m. yesterday in the south wing of the mansion. 10 different fire departments responded to the fire. After the first couple of hours, it seemed that it was contained until high winds caused it to re-spark. I was out here this morning through around 1 o'clock, and the White Castle Fire Department were still dousing the structure with water as hot spots kept arising. I spoke with the parish president, Chris Daigle, today, who said the 166-year-old plantation did not stand a chance against this blaze.
An old facility like this is that old cypress material, right? It's what the installations are built out of. And once something like this gets going, it's really hard to stop.
Now, the cause of that fire is still under investigation. We will, of course, give you that update when we get it. Reporting live in White Castle, Jordan Ponzio, WBRZ News 2.
Tay, that's a good question. I hope that y'all enjoyed the video, but that was a video of a former slave plantation that burned down the other day. That was one of the biggest plantations. But to answer your question, Tay, you asked, said Moroccan fight with machetes, not guns like the U.S. And says why? Because they make it readily available and people want the upper hand. So, I guess they feel like guns give them the upper hands. But machete that seems like that's going to be a bad death if somebody get to slicing you up. Machete would be, but I think they use it. I can't speak for other people, but I think they use it because it's quick. It gives people the upper hand. So, but I thank y'all. Hey, Adam the Ghost, do you want to come on here and say some words? Do you want to come on stage and say some words, man? Because you've been giving a lot of good information. You want to come up here and give some few words before we go? Tay said, oh yeah, guns is easy, okay? Because if you got your machete and somebody got the gun, the one with the gun gonna have the advantage. Flig said, people really answered no to your poll. Of course, racism still exists in America, and Trump has made it worse. I think Trump made it acceptable, but some people answer with hope, like we hope it don't exist. So questions like that is so evil and wicked that we'll say it don't exist because we hope it don't exist. But in all reality, we know it exists. But make sure you take the poll. Flig, did you take that poll? Make sure y'all take the poll. It don't matter who say what, but take the poll. I want to hear your honest opinions, man. Just make sure you take the poll so we can hear your honest opinions, man. But thank you for joining. If you have not done it already, Flig, make sure you like the video. He said facts. Also, in addition to that, subscribe to the channel. This is what I do. I bring it. I try to bring it to the best of my ability. I know I ain't perfect. I know I don't know everything, but I try to bring it. Adam said, to be honest, maybe I will come on next time. I am very tired today. I nearly, 3 a.m. Ooh, the ghost. Thank you for sacrificing, man. But yes, I want to try and bridge the gap as much as possible and be positive. We need both white and blacks to try. Most definitely, we do. We do, most definitely. And it's about working together. It's about love, man. But love got to be practiced. For real, for real. Tay said, oh, it said, okay, I stopped commenting. I didn't know what to say. Tay, just say what you say. There's no crime in speaking your mind, Tay. Adam said, Mark, you do a great job, my man. Make sure y'all like this video, man. Let YouTube know I'm doing a good job. Tay said, same, Adam. Okay. Dr. J said, subscribe to the channel, like the video. Also, I want y'all to know that Dr. J is a content creator. Let's make sure we show support to Dr. J. Check out her channel. Look at her videos, and also check out her live stream. She's an educator, so she got a lot of knowledge. Check out her live streams. Make sure y'all take the poll. If y'all have not done it, make sure you take the poll. Make sure y'all take the poll now. Let me see where the poll at. Let me find it. Make sure you take the poll. That's what I want y'all to do. Make sure you take the poll. Like this video. If you have not done it, subscribe to the channel. Tay said, okay. But I thank y'all, man. And by no means do I ever want to come on here and spew hate. I always want to come in the name of love. But I don't mind dealing with hard issues, man. Running from problems is really not going to help us, man. We got to be able to communicate and talk about real issues, man. And then not only talk about it, but make the changes that's needed. First of all, the only person we can change is ourselves. So we're going to start by changing ourselves. And then we extend that to our family, then to our communities, right? Stop being divided in our communities, man. I don't care if you're from the East Coast, West Coast, you're from this side of town, you represent this or that, man, we all should be brothers and sisters, and we need to get back to that point before we can even start to do anything else. We need to get to the point where we love, respect, and appreciate one another. Also, another thing too, I want to address, this is on the same level, or the same topic, the same situation. As Kamala Harris was running for president, right? Trump and her supporters and a lot of people said a lot of disparaging things about her. I always come back and say, man, don't do that to my Black queen sister, because that's what she is. I know even with Jasmine Crockett, is always disparaging things said about our sisters, man. I think that needs to stop, man. Because all we got to do is reduce Black people. It was stuff said about Barack. It's stuff said about so many different people, man. We got to stop that. Because once we dehumanize somebody, then we don't care what happened to them. It's easier to do something to them after that. So stop. And especially us, we should not disrespect our sisters or wives or, girlfriends or queens, man. Show them some more respect, man. As I said, it's still hot. Make sure you hydrate yourself and take that. For me, I got H2O. Make sure you drink some fluids, man. Stay hydrated. Me, we ready to drink this water. Y'all drink whatever you drink, man. But make sure you stay hydrated. And guess what? This is not a paid promotion. This is just me telling you, stay hydrated. So it's like, and I don't, because Adam made a good point. This is not a video to say, Dr. J. Ladd, this is not a video to say, to scare nobody, to say, everybody's this. This ain't saying everybody. It's just pointing out that certain things exist, man. We got an obligation and a responsibility to do better. Once you do better, once you know better, you should want to do better. I know one of the main things, at least for me, was dealing with self-esteem issues. I think we got to really build up the self-esteem, because as I spoke yesterday, man, from elementary school, we broken down as far as having a positive Black image in our mind. Everything Black is negative. Everything white is pure and holy. So you taught that as a child, man. So where did that leave you? How would you feel good about yourself? And I want to come to them, man, and say, listen, man, Don't forget everything you was taught. But you still gotta realize, man, some of that stuff wasn't in your best interest. Understand that you are great. Start loving yourself. When you love yourself, you'll take less chances with your lives. So I think our goal, we got to help these young people love themselves, encourage them, teach about Black beauty. Black is beautiful. You know, stop that self-hate, man. Because if you hate you, if you don't love you, you cannot love anybody else, man. And I told you, you know, I read the book from how the slave master sent the letters to all the plantations and told the slave masters to divide and conquer us, create as many differences amongst us, whether you're short or tall, young and old, dark skin, light skin, skinny, fat, the dad versus the father versus the grandfather, so many differences, man. And we need to dispel that. We got to get back on our A game, man. And don't just talk about it. We got to be about it. But make sure y'all take that poll. Make sure you take that poll, man. Do you think that is racism and discrimination against Black people or African Americans in this country today? Take the poll. Let me know your thoughts, man. I want to thank y'all. If it's your first time, man, this is Mark B's Perspective, where I talk about a host of different topics. Man. If you have not done it, man, go ahead, man. Subscribe to the channel and like this video. Flag said equality, unity, and peace for all. Most definite. That's what we need. But you got to have it amongst yourself before you can even do it with other people. You can't not love yourself and then run over to other people and then claiming you love them. Let's get this foundation, man, where we love and respect ourselves first and foremost. And then you won't do nothing but love and respect other people. But Flag said equality, unity, and peace for all. Most definite. And we don't want to just say them words in the sense of we hoping it happen. We want to make that happen right now. And we should practice it right now in your small circle. Practice it in your small circle. And when people within your small circle violate, you know, call them out politely. Listen, man, you know we ain't supposed to be doing that. You know that's wrong. So if we're going to be about this thing and we're going to say it don't exist, it's up to you not to allow it to exist. But if we see it happen and we sit back silently, you're only encouraging it to continue on. So make sure we check in what we say ain't, you know, we say it don't exist. And if you see it, make sure that it don't exist around you. To my Black brothers and sisters, man, let's do better. Let's treat each other better. Let's address some of the codes that they say we got to follow by. Street codes that was passed down to us by others. And get back to our culture, you know, and real principles. Not, oh, I held it down, so I'm real. Nah, that ain't being real, man. Teach real principles, man. I didn't snitch, so I'm real. Okay, but did you love and treat your brother right, though? Those are things that we need to stand on business. That's really standing on business. Not how real you was. You didn't tell the police this, or you didn't tell the police that. I think we got to get to that point, man. Do better with that. Treat people right with that. Get rid of them old values and stuff. Practice real principles, man. Principles that we can use anywhere that's going to allow us to live longer. Thank y'all, man. Welcome y'all. If it's your first time, man, welcome to Mark B's Perspective, where you can count on me to just give you the truth as I see it. I'm not perfect. I don't know it all, so I do make mistakes sometimes, but I'm going to try to give it to you. I'm going to pour out my heart to you and speak the truth. And hopefully in that, it will help you out. You can learn something. And also from the chat, I get a lot of information from the chat. I learn from the chat, man. I'm appreciative of the chat. I'm thankful for the chat. I hope that y'all do find value in the information that I brought today, or that even in my older videos, I hope that y'all do find value, man. I appreciate that. As you come in, make sure you take the poll. As you enter this live, make sure you take the poll. As you enter the live, make sure you take the poll. Let me check. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me see. Let me give y'all more time to take this poll. Flag, did you take the poll? Did you take the poll? I'll put a like on all the old videos. Adam the Ghost, I put a like on. I appreciate you, Adam. And I'm gonna hold you to that. Flag said, yes, sir. Thank you, Flag. I'm gonna hold you to that, Adam. And I just want to thank you too, man, for all you do. The information you gave today was nothing short of valuable, man. You gave some good, valuable information. And I want you to continue to bring that, man. Thank you, Dr. J, for your continued support. Everybody on the chat, man, I thank y'all. I appreciate that. Adam the Ghost said, I will. Yeah. But, you know, I really enjoy this. I thank y'all for taking the time. I know it's Saturday, people trying to get back with their family. But I appreciate that. Anybody else want to take the poll before we go? Anybody else want to take the poll before we go? Anybody else want to take the poll before we go? Anybody? Also get a lot of valuable information from you also, Mark. We need to have these discussions. Yeah, most definitely, especially in the name of love, because it's about love, man. Love conquers hate all the time. Love conquers hate all the time. Let me see something. Let's see if I can find. I thank y'all. I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. I thank y'all for the continued support, man. I thank y'all for the continued support. Once we know better, we are obligated to do better. So it's great to learn some stuff, but once we know better, then we are more than obligated to do better. I thank y'all for support. Adam the Ghost at 100. I thank y'all, man, for the continued support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it. Make sure you like the video and then take the poll. Thank you, man. Enjoy the rest of y'all weekend. Hope y'all be safe and have a great weekend. Until next time, man, y'all be safe. Peace.